I don't know the science behind that, but it works. When I wear a red lipstick, it is a plan and it is a decision that I made beforehand. It's not gonna be a last minute decision, so I kind of tailor other stuff around it to match the red lipstick, if that makes sense. I love wearing red lipstick, but I would never wear it nonchalantly, but it is just me. Like, if this is not your vibe, you definitely can find it. And I am a little bit intense, I understand that, and why is my nose so red? Someone tell me. Remember not to spend too much time on your face, because once you apply the lip, it's gonna look different and you're gonna know exactly where to add. Let me shade a little bit my face. So I just want to contour just a tiny bit. This is just something that I always do. I love applying contour here. I think this technique is easy, but it hasn't been so popularized on the internet, so everyone is just doing the strips, but actually doing a dot here. And for blush, I'll actually use a really interesting blush. It is made by a makeup artist, Violet FR, and this shade was actually created to suit people with redness. It is supposed to not accentuate the redness, perfect like color to help people with redness. I don't know what else to say. That's how she is advertising this, and I must say it is a lovely shade, and those blushes are definitely one of my favorites from any brand at the moment. Okay, I went overboard, but I love good blush. This is the vibe for me. Can you see it? It added color to my face, but yeah, it's not like pink, it's not red, it's not brown. It's really interesting. Like, I find it really interesting. And for my eyes, I definitely will not do much, just to not overcomplicate this look. And this is something about red lipstick as well. It kind of speaks for itself. And I think like doing liner might be a little bit like too classic. I would just make like a few dots lash line. This is actually not a black pencil, but a gray one. This is also from Lisa Eldridge. I just bought it, so I am testing it at the moment. So far so good. Something that I actually always do before applying any lipstick, I exfoliate the lips and I moisturize them. And this is not negotiable when it comes to nice, long-wearing, nicely looking red lips. All I do is use a towel, a wet towel, not a dry one, and I just lightly massage it all over my lips. I already done it. I already removed the serum that I had. I make sure I removed absolutely everything of that serum. If you apply a liner or lipstick on top of the serum, it's not gonna hold as long. I am gonna use a lipstick in a bullet, and this is the texture I would recommend for beginners to use. It's basically easier to remove it. And in general, in makeup, we want to build up the pigment more than take back later. Usually, even taking it back later, it's much more complicated, if not impossible. I'm gonna go with the lipstick where I have already pigment in my lips. When I do analyze my lips, the lower lip is fine. I will definitely need to overline my top lip. Don't worry if it's not perfect, and don't worry if your lips are not appearing symmetrical, because we can fix that. And people rarely have symmetrical face, so this is totally normal. Now that I have that on, I didn't do any like mistake, but if you would, just take a Q-tip and wipe it. Now I'm taking a liner and I am perfecting the shape with a liner. And you can of course do your lip shape however you like, however you prefer. There's many different versions. For me, I am kind of doing like a soft arch here, a little bit like square-ish, but not too much. And this part, of course, it takes practice, and just be patient with yourself. For me, I always struggle with this side being like more bigger than this, and I have to always overline more this one. One trick that I learned and is really useful in like how to perfect the shape is to, when you're doing the shaping of your lips, take my phone, look straight in the camera and take a photo. When you're looking at the photo, it's more visible where the shape is a little bit off than you just looking in the mirror. I don't know the science behind that, but it works. I made few mistakes here and there. This side is always a bit more tricky for me, so isn't perfect. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna blot this now quite well until there's like barely any trace. Now it's the tricky part. You have to go with the bullet and go over everything that you did together with the liner. And now it's important not to go over, which you already did. If it's easier for you to just pat, you should do that to remove this mistakes that I did before. So I used the Q-tip for removing that, and it's still like a little bit, there's like this pinkish hue around my lips. So I'm gonna use the one that I used around my face, which is NARS, and I would recommend to use a brush that has curly edges, so you can use it as a guideline. And remember not to use concealer that is like way brighter, because it will just make this brighter halo edge around your lips, which is not what you want. The last step is not necessary, but I like to do it because it really like sharpens the edges of your lips. It's just important not to apply too much. Again, everything small layers. So I have this powder foundation with a sponge, and again I will use the edge of the sponge just to guide me, and I already put like excess of the powder on my hand, and now I'm just, when you're done with all of that, I will just blot it one last time. And now that I'm done with the lips, you can see that everything kind of fades out more from my face, so I would definitely add more blush to my face. For winter, I feel like this brown blush is kind of enough, but you can always add bronzer if you like. So then I am really torn between the lipstick to recommend you. There's a lot of different textures of lipsticks on the market. You can have a lip gloss, you can have a lips
paint, you can have a lip oil, you can have liquid lipstick, satin matte,
whatever, right? But I think for someone who's still learning applying lipsticks, I think the best bet is to just buy a nice cream bullet lipstick. I think that is the best way for easy application. But I want to mention a few of my favorites. I like classic red lipstick for anyone out there who in the new year wants to try a red lipstick. So this cream lipstick, this is from Lisa Eldridge, and it's a velvet ribbon. So this is like a matte formula, but still very wearable, and it doesn't dry out. The other one that I would recommend, which is a beautiful color, and I'll definitely film more with this color, Lip Paint Long Wear Fluid Lip. And yeah, it's exactly this. It is, the color of this is so intense. That's why I don't think it's good for beginners. If you're not good in shaping out lips shape, this is gonna be tricky for you. Nonetheless, beautiful, stunning color, and dries out matte, very long wearing. It's really good. Then something for like more affordable, I would recommend the Sephora lipsticks, Cream Lip Stain, and the classic red color 01. It's a liquid lip, it also dries out, it is matte. And Cream Lip Stain, I think like this name is so not accurate for what it is actually. Like this is a liquid, matte liquid lipstick, but if you will apply it and remove it, yeah, it will leave a stain, but so will most of the red lipsticks, right? Anyway, it's created by a Sephora, right? The French brand, and I think like French just know a lot about the red lipstick. And the last honorable mention is liquid lipstick from Violet FR, and it is their Petal Bouche liquid lipstick. This might be the most beautiful red lipstick that I have ever bought and used, and literally every single time I'm wearing it, I have compliments. And yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful. It is really, really matte though. And something that really pains me to say, but I will just not be entirely honest if I would not say it. If you're gonna eat with it, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it to going out for drinks and somewhere where you would not eat as much, because this will go off. It's just what it is, but for me, it's not a deal breaker. I'll still wear it, but I would just, again, like, it goes to this, what I said at the beginning, like planning, thinking, where are you going? What are you gonna do before wearing a red lipstick? We want it to look effortless, but every girl actually knows that there's nothing effortless about wearing a red lip.